Today's Just Ask Jen is a good one, and oh boy am I ready to defend my opinion and argue it out in the comments, because we are going to talk about whether ski out accommodation is actually worth it. And the answer is sometimes. Okay, and I say this as an inherently lazy person. If I had to get the bus to go skiing or walk a long way to go skiing, odds are I would ski an awful lot less. So ski out is hugely appealing. It has a lot of bragging rights and a lot of kudos attached to it, but it isn't necessarily the be all and end all of your ski holiday. And is it worth paying extra for? Maybe. So let's hop in and we can argue it out, and you can tell me what you think after I've made my points in the comment section below. So if you haven't met me already, my name is Jen and I live in Plagne in the French Alps with my family, my 3 kids under 10. And in the winter we ski as much as possible around the usual family life stuff, and in the summer we explore this gorgeous place we are so fortunate to call home. We mountain bike, we wakeboard, we hike, we enjoy the sunshine. So let's hop into this hot topic and see what people think and what the hell I am actually talking about. Okay, so first off, what does ski out actually mean? I think it's fairly obvious, but I am just going to break it down. It basically means that you can ski in to your accommodation and you can ski out from your accommodation. So if you picture it in your mind, the idea is you come out of the front door of whatever your accommodation is, you can click on your skis and you can shoot off and start skiing. And then when you come home at the end of the day, you can ski right down to the front door essentially of your accommodation, pop your skis off and in through the front door and away you go. There's essentially no having to walk around carrying your skis or hop on a bus or uncomfortable walking around in ski boots. So yeah, it's hugely appealing, and if you can get it, it's fantastic. It does make life an awful lot easier, especially if you've got kids, when essentially the biggest thing you want to do to make your ski holiday experience more enjoyable is reduce the amount of time that your little kids have got to walk around in ski boots. Ski boots are just not comfortable. Like, why is that the best design we've got for ski boots? Anyway, I digress. That is what ski out accommodation is. Sometimes you might find a place that is, because we're in the mountains, on a slope. So you may find that you can ski out of your accommodation because it's on a slope, but you might not be able to ski back to your accommodation because it's up a hill, it's on a slope. So there might be accommodation that is ski in but not ski out, or vice versa, it's ski out but not ski in. So these are just the little nitty gritty details that you can get into when you find somewhere that you think, oh, that looks nice, I'm going to book that for my next holiday. Okay. So the question that you really want to ask yourselves, and I come back to it quite often, is what are the non-negotiables on your ski holiday? And it's those things that are really, really important to you. So I've mentioned already, maybe it's you're traveling with kids and you want to reduce the amount of time they go walk around in their ski boots. Or it might be that you need to be, it might be that you need to be close to the ski school meeting point. It might be that you've got complete beginners and they need to be close to the ski school meeting point. You might want to be near to the beginner ski lift, a specific lift, or it might be that you plan on doing lots of exploring in backcountry and hiking and you want to be close to that area of the ski resort. So actually those questions very quickly might start to dictate the area of the ski resort that you are looking at. And I'm going to speak really clearly now to the beginners and the first time skiers out there. Ski out is great, sure, but you are not going to be coming out of the front door of your chalet and putting your skis on and skiing off. Definitely not on the first day, and probably not until at least midweek. Is it really that important to you? What's probably more important is that if it's your first ski holiday and everything's kind of new and it's a little bit stressful, it's probably more helpful that you can actually find the ski school meeting point easier, or that you know that the beginner ski lift is just 50 meters away from the front door of your chalet. So those two things might actually be much more helpful and much more kind of stress reducing on your ski holiday than knowing that you can ski in and ski out of the front door of your chalet. So that is just an example of how kind of a different priority on what you want to get out of your ski holiday changes the type of accommodation that you want and might move you away from ski out and towards other things that you're looking for. The next thing to kind of think about is if you've got families with young children, so I've kind of already mentioned it already, just imagine what you're going to be going through in the morning. So you're getting ready for ski school and you've got all the layers. You've got well, even before that, you've got all the usual stuff. You've just got to get them out of bed, and you've got to feed them and clean them and make sure they brush their teeth and their hair and been to the toilet and all that stuff. Before you then also put all the layers on, the base layers and the salopettes and the jacket, and make sure they've got the helmet and their gloves are actually attached, and they have got their goggles with them, and they've got tissues in their pockets, and they put their ski socks on and remember to put their pants on, which one of my kids did not do last winter. So it's all of this stuff. There's an awful lot going on in the morning, and so if there's anything that you can do to help you kind of coordinate that and make your experience a little bit easier, then it's a really good idea to look at that. And sometimes paying a little bit more for ski and ski out accommodation, because it puts you close to the slopes, and you know that like once all of that kind of pre-ski day stuff is done and dusted, you're out on the slopes and your day has started, then yeah, go for it. Like ski and ski out access is going to make life more enjoyable, so 100% it could be worth paying more for. If you've got teenagers, that's something to think about. I've been talking largely about like little kids walking around in their boots or beginner skiers. Let's just flip it a little bit and think about the teenagers. So they might still be first time skiers or they might be beginner skiers, but odds are, god damn it, those teenagers, they learn fast. They learn faster than I do. And so you might find that a beginner teenager really improves quite quickly, and by midweek is really quite confident. And if you've got teenagers that are with you that aren't beginner skiers, then maybe you'll find that they're a bit more independent and they are going to be heading out with their mates. They're going to be skiing without you. Oh, my kids already want to ski without me and they're not even 10 yet. It's heartbreaking. So maybe you want to find a chalet that has got ski and ski out access, because it makes it easier, or you're more reassured that your teenagers will be able to find their way out and back when they are in resort. It might also make it easier for meeting up throughout the day. For example, if you all want to meet up back there for a lunch stop, you can all ski back quite easily. You're going to save a lot of time. You know, if you have to hop back on a bus to go back to your accommodation for lunch, then you're going to lose time either side, getting back to your accommodation for lunch and then heading back out onto the slopes. So yes, paying a little extra then for ski in and ski out accommodation could actually work in your favour. So that is just something to think about. Then a biggie is obviously budget, because yeah, ski and ski out is a premium. You're going to pay a premium for it. It's like anything, location, 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 and that is what you're paying for. It's also just bragging rights to be able to go home and say you had ski and ski out accommodation. People are just like, oh, okay, impressed by it. So you are going to pay extra. So if you are on a budget holiday, then you might find that ski and ski out accommodation might be priced out of what you can afford. But that is when it can be really great looking at resorts, a bit like where I live in Plagne or Teen, somewhere that is kind of purpose-built, because the majority of the accommodation is built onto the ski slope. So you'll find that it really is ski and ski out access, and much more reasonably priced than more bougie resorts like Courchevel or Val d'Isere, for example. Okay, so this is my advice. Don't search specifically for ski and ski out unless that is absolutely the thing that you will die on, the hill that you will die on, and it's the thing that you absolutely want. Instead, search for the other things. Search for great beginner ski areas, search for the budget-friendly accommodation, search for the family-friendly accommodation, search for the accommodation that suits multi-ability or a range of ability ski levels on your holiday. Search for those things, and they're more likely to give you the type of accommodation that's actually going to make your holiday better. And you might actually find that within that search it brings you up accommodation that is ski and ski out, and then you've ticked all the boxes and everybody is happy. But often the ski and ski out section of the accommodation or the ski holiday is not the be all or end all of your ski holiday decision making process. So what do you think? Do you agree with me now? Do you think ski and ski out is an absolute must on holiday, or do you agree with me that maybe it's not for everybody and that there are other things that are more important on your ski holiday? What do you think? Let me know in the comments, or let me know your thoughts or opinions, or if you've got any questions. There are no stupid questions. Remember, if you're thinking the question, other people are asking it as well. Drop it in the comments and I will get back to you either directly, or I'll record a video like this to help out other families and people who are, I'm sure, thinking the same things as you. So take care. Maybe I will see you in the slopes in Plagne this year. Maybe not. Maybe you'll be in another ski resort, and I am still here for that. I absolutely love it. All I want to do is see your family and you out in the snow on skis having an absolutely fantastic time. So take care, and I will see you on the slopes.